All right. So all four of you are meeting up. Um, I'm gonna say right inside of the gate. Well, you guys have met up. You guys are near the gate entrance of Antara. Um, Betty has finished talking with the guard, and Folly, Harvey, and Danni have gotten a map of the route of the Dragon Cities, and they also got directions to the Pegasus Caravan. Do you guys just want to head over to the Pegasus Caravan?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So you guys walk across town. The directions that Koa gave you are within the city. So this caravan group has like a little setup within the city walls. And when you guys
Oh, real quick.
mhm.
On the way over, Harvey, it definitely mentions how he's always wanted to try Pegasus.
To eat or to fly?
You know.
Does anyone take the bait on that comment?
I'm just gonna go, Shh, nope, and then keep walking.
You can't be in the Paps if you're eating Pegasus.
It's not a real club. I like Pegasuses, so I want to eat one day. It's a majestic creature, and it would be a sacred event.
Well, maybe keep those thoughts to yourself when we're around the people who own Pegasus.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah,
He
don't
says
tell-
I'm tripping over a rock and fully just.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
I'm gonna lift up my sleeve and be like, first of all, what do you mean not a real glove? And I pull up, and next to like a heart with an arrow through it, like mom tattoo, is gonna be like a tattoo of like a Pegasus, and then underneath it says PAPS. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know what you're talking about there. PAPS is for sure a club. I've been a card carrying member for at least a decade now. Secondly, when an animal can take you places, that's more valuable than food most of the time, unless you're starving. Okay?
Okay. Hear me out. I'm not saying I have a desire to hunt and kill and butcher and cook and consume a Pegasus. I am saying that I would like to try a Pegasus one day. I am saying that if there's a Pegasus I grow bond with and they grow old and I express this desire to them and they turn to me and they say, "Hey, Harvey, I want you to eat me when I die." I'd like that. That's an experience I would like to have.
Are Pegasi sentient?
No idea.
Roll a spout lore.
I'm gonna
Me?
No, Danni. She's the one who's asking. Do you know if Pegasi are sentient?
What should I roll?
Spout lore.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Let's see.
9.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something interesting, but it's up to you to make it useful. You are what you know about Pegasus are that they are not much different than a horse. They are obedient and can learn. You don't know much more than that.
So they probably couldn't consent to being cannibalized.
Well, in that case, I would like to one day come across a Pegasus who has passed away of injury and not diseased meat, and whose meat has not rotted yet. I like Pegasus are cool. They're majestic creatures. I don't want to kill one. I don't think I could live with myself.
I'm just gonna put a hand on Harvey's shoulder and squeeze it just a little bit and go, Cool story, bro. And then I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna keep walking towards the Pegasus.
Also, can I do a very brief aside?
Yes.
I used to date a guy whose like go-to like icebreaker question at parties was basically Harvey's thing about Pegasi, but with real cannibalism. Like, if you were really good friends with someone and they said you could eat them after they died, would you? And that was what he would ask people when he first met them.
Eliot, ever since you told me that, I've been using it at parties, and I found out a weird number of my friends are okay with eating people.
Oh, I probably did not remember that I already told you that.
What was your response, Eliot?
My response is that's. I feel like that's that's a bridge I'll have to cross when I come to it. You know.
Very, very, very pragmatic. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you told us at a school picnic, so you haven't told everybody here. But since then, I've been asking at parties, and one of my friends was like, "Yeah, you're not curious what humans taste like? Like that's just normal."
Pig. Curiosity satisfied. Don't need to try it. Tastes like pig.
Sorry, what?
Tastes like pig.
How do you know that?
It's a documented fact. That's why it's commonly referred to as long pig.
Are you telling me that people are delicious?
Yes, yes. People.
I say good story, bro, and I walk back towards the big caravan.
It's like trying to herd cats tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make it, and what you see when you finally approach is it's kind of like a really large stable, and there's a bunch of Pegasus kind of corralled in a wooden gate, and there are people. There's also a warehouse, and people are kind of like loading stuff into these kind of weird crates, and there's some Pegasus with some riding gear on, and there's a bunch of hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle. What do you guys do now that you're here on the edge of this caravan?
I would like to introduce myself to somebody who looks the most approachable.
Ooh, the most approachable. Everyone looks pretty busy. Let's see. Who's going to look the most approachable? I mean, the most approachable is probably just... is he going to be the most approachable? He's pretty busy, too. It's going to be... I think it's just going to be a worker. I think he doesn't look any really less busy than the rest. I just think he looks... So, you know how some people just kind of like look nice? Like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, this person looks like they're going to be nice. That's just kind of what he looks like.
Yeah, Alyssa, do you have any feelings about that?
Get out of here. We were just talking about this tonight. It's my curse to look so approachable when I'm so mean deep inside. Anyway. So I sidle up next to this guy, and I just want to like pick up a thing as if I'm like also just a worker and be like, "So, Amin, huh?"
That's gonna stop him in his tracks. He just stops and he's like, no, this is all wrong. And he looks at you, and he's like, did you picked up something?
Yeah.
He's like, could you please put that down? Wait, who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh man, this is awkward. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I'm actually not part of the caravan. My name is Danni. I'm with my homies, and I'm gonna gesture to you guys behind us. And we are trying to get to Amin, and we figured maybe for a reasonable price we could get a ride with you.
Okay.
We also really like Pegasi, if that helps.
Okay. You just threw a lot at me. Okay. The guy, he's an elf. The elf puts down his crate, sees Betty. He pulls up his own sleeve, very similar tattoo, says Paps. um, looks back at you, Danny, and says, "You're gonna have to talk to Jian Yu. He's our leader. You can discuss the terms of joining our or whatever, getting to Amos or whatever. But please don't touch any more things. We're really busy. But yeah, like I said, go talk to Jian Yu. He's the leader. He'll be able to determine if you can come with us or not."
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Wow, you're so helpful and handsome. Between you and me, you and me, what's the best way to approach Jian Yu? I
Don't pick
Yeah.
up anything around him. Okay, just don't touch anything.
Okay.
That'll be a good start.
Yeah. And I'm gonna like walk over to Jian Yu and be like, "Hi. We're trying to catch. Wait. Do I know who Jian Yu? Did he point him out?
He did point him out. Yeah.
Okay. And be like, "Hi. My name is Danny. I'm with a crew," and I'm gonna point, and they're further back now because I like walked over to Jian Yu. We're actually adventurers, and we're trying to catch a ride to Amen with you guys for a very reasonable price. We really like Pegasi. If that helps.
It does help. We don't travel with anyone who doesn't like Pegasi.
Yeah, we're paps, all of us.
Oh, you're all at Paps. Okay,
Wait,
fantastic.
Wait, what did Folly say?
Hmm?
What did Folly say? I don't remember Folly taking a stance on Pegasus.
Oh well, we just assume that she is part of the crew.
As long as no one is outwardly hateful, mean, towards or have feelings against the Pegasi, we definitely
Yeah,
like
as long
you.
as nobody wants to eat or harm or eat.
Or eat specifically.
No.
Question.
Put your hand down.
Are-
Get down.
Are there any Pegasi near us? Or like within
Let's
within
see.
ourselves, basically?
What was Jian Yu doing? No, I think you all are kind of more in like the stocking area of this place. So there's a lot more crates and carrying stuff, and I kind of off in the distance is like the Pegasi stables.
Okay, I think Folly keeps kind of looking over the Pegasi stables like nervously, like they're scared that something is going to come running out of them.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
Okay.
Proceed.
Through my shielded helm, I'm gonna glare at Folly.
Okay. In any case, Jian Yu is going to return back to Danny and be like, "Do y'all know how to use weapons? How are you in a fight?"
We're pretty good in a fight. And when I say pretty good, I'm being falsely humble.
He's not gonna. He doesn't know how to take that weird statement, but he's gonna be like, it sounds like I can offer you a deal. You help. We're about to leave for Amos imminently. But before the within a couple hours, but we need some more defenders of this caravan. With where Amos is traveling, we have to go through some kind of dangerous territory, and a couple of our normal riders and defenders aren't able to join us on this journey. So, if you are able to, help us defend, we'll let you. We won't even charge you, but you have to help defend the caravan. And yes,
Can I?
it looks like you have a question.
No,
Sir.
no. I don't. I don't. Can I turn into my rock form real quick?
We'll come back to that in just a second. Harvey wanted to say something real quick. I saw.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Raise my hand.
Yes. Yeah,
Like a good boy.
yeah.
We're in a classroom.
What kind of enemies are you expecting on this journey?
Now, see, I definitely want you on the team. That's good thinking. We are going through Harpy territory. We have to go through some steep mountains, steep mountainous territory, and we are hoping to avoid them, but we the Harpies are pretty notorious for their ambushes.
Yeah. I'm gonna like pull the flail off my hip and be like, I have a pretty solid limit to my reach, and the Harpy's got wings.
Harpies gotta close into attack though. You know they ain't using crossbows.
Okay. Okay, for sure. Gotcha. I
I'll
can
come in and
give
say,
you Sen.
I am.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so it sounds like what you're saying is you're down to help defend this caravan in exchange for us
Mhm.
or traveling with us.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Super down.
Have any of you ridden a Pegasus before?
Once or twice.
I don't
Perfect.
think so.
That's not great to hear. What about you two?
How similar is it to riding a non-winged horse there?
There are similarities and there are differences. I would say it's definitely useful if you have ridden a horse.
Well, then consider my experience useful.
Perfect. Okay.
I think
Oh no,
Folly
go.
has probably not had much horse riding experience in general, so just kind of shakes his head.
Okay. Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers. You guys came at a really opportune time, and it sounds like you guys are willing to help us defend our caravan. Why don't you go over to the stables, go find a Pegasus that likes you, and we're gonna head out soon.
How do we know if a Pegasus likes us?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like we should all make a roll to find if you find a Pegasus that likes you.
Oh my gosh.
Um, so let's see. What would be an appropriate roll for this?
Hey, Devon,
Yeah.
is there a way to take Blue with me?
Yes. Yes. There's actually okay, yes, I did want to bring that up. I was gonna say if I know you just got them also, Danny, if you want to take your donkey,
Yeah.
they do animal transport as well. So
Oh.
if you want to bring your donkey and Blue, you can. However, during the travel, they unfortunately for you, Betty, Blue will be
Yeah,
unavailable during the travel.
no worries.
Yeah, but Blue will be coming. As will you haven't figured out a name yet for your donkey, right, Danny?
No, I was just thinking about that.
That-
I was thinking like some kind of slang term for poop because she poops a lot. Like maybe dumpy.
Oh,
It'll come to me.
it'll come to you. There's no rush. That's a good start. No rush though. Um, okay, so I think I want everyone to roll. Let's see. Do we want to roll? Yeah, we're gonna have everyone roll a discern realities.
Okay.
I have a
Uh,
question.
Yeah.
Are Pegasi creatures of goodness and light such that they would be off-put by the smell of death?
I would say that I think Pegasus, I think in this world, I'm going to have Pegasus be more akin to a normal beast rather than a mystical creature. So, like a more normal beast, I think there's definitely a range of what an animal is willing to do or be comfortable with. So that there are definitely some Pegasus who are going to be like, oh, I don't know if I like this guy. And then there's going to be some others who are kind of like, a little bit, maybe more, a little bit into it.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Discern realities is wisdom.
I believe so, yes.
Got an 8.
Okay. You got an 8.
I got a 6.
Ooh, okay.
That's a fail, right?
That is a fail. Folly, what did you get?
I also got an 11.
Oh, shit. Okay. And Danni, what was your roll?
An 11.
So I think it's going to be easiest to do Danni and Folly. I think you guys were able to successfully pick out a Pegasus that was like into your personality, into yourself, and they were very comfortable around you. If you want, you can come up with a name for them. I think for Harvey, since you failed, I think you ended up with a Pegasus who you thought was into you, but I think you just kind of misread them. And so we won't see, this is going to be, I think it's going to end up being a more narrative thing, depending on how you roll in the future. But he's definitely not super into you. And then for Betty got a partial success. How do we want to handle partial success?
Can we say that the Pegasus really likes me? Can we say that I like walk through and I see just this magnificent Mustang, this powerful horse creature with wings as black as night and eyes as fierce as coal, and I think to myself, this is the beast I will ride. This is the beast that will take me to the Dragon City. And then it like looks at me and goes, and then it like walks away. And then the one that's like really wants me to ride it is just like, I don't know, like the Pegasus equivalent of like Jerry Gergich. Like it really likes me, but I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. That's pretty hilarious. Yeah. So this horse is like
it has gap teeth. It has a gap in its teeth. You ever seen a horse with a gap in its teeth? What's up with that?
It looks so dumb.
He has a bowl cut. Why does this horse have a bowl cut?
Okay, I love it. That's a perfect idea. So you guys all pick out your Pegasi, and you guys get saddled up. You guys are kind of like walking around, getting to know your Pegasus, and the call goes out. You hear a whistle, and you see everyone kind of congregating, kind of towards one area, and you see Jian Yu yell out, "Okay, everyone, it's time to get going." And his Pegasus that he's riding, big flap of the wings, launches himself up into the air, and you see everyone else do the same. And I think the rest of yours follow suit. You all whoosh off into the air, take off from the ground, and start heading out. You look back and you can see that there are a bunch of Pegasus who are attached via rope to like a bunch of like crates that they're carrying, and that's kind of how they're transporting the larger goods with like a crew of like 4 to like 8 Pegasus, depending on how large the merchandise is. And in one of those crates contains Danny's new donkey and Betty's dog, Bleu. And
I figured out a name, if you were wondering.
Oh, I am wondering.
Her name is Squirts.
Phenomenal. I hate it. It's so good. Yes, so Squirts and Bleu are in a crate, being carried by a crew of Pegasus riders. and you all take to the air. And you all, except for Harvey, who may have seen it before, this is all a very new sight to most of you. You've never seen Antara from a bird's eye view. And the city gets smaller, and the further away you get, at a certain point, it almost looks like as if you're looking at a map, but from a distance. You see the run or the runs shooting up from the main gate, going straight up to the palace. You see the several different districts that are scattered throughout the city, and it's not long though before the city becomes too small to make out any distinct features, and soon enough, you can't see the city at all, and you are now in the air with a large caravan full of Pegasus riders. There are some riders like yourselves who are just defending. You kind of have like a perimeter around this caravan, while at the center are all of the riders who are carrying the goods that are being transported. And you all are on your way. At a certain point, though, you get to... Well, before you get to that certain point, Jian Yu flies over to you guys, and he goes, "We're about to enter the mountainous region that I warned you about. We had a couple of outriders fly ahead, and they noticed the telltale signs of an ambush. It looks like we're not avoiding a fight today. So ready your weapons. It's going to get hectic in a second." And he flies kind of towards the center of this caravan. And sure enough, you look ahead. You guys are kind of right now flying through some mountains. They're kind of on either side of you. You're going through almost like a channel of these really steep mountains. And up ahead, you can see some harpies waiting for you. They kind of jump out way ahead of you guys, out from the mountains. You see some they look like almost like black specks. They're kind of too hard to make out, and they are kind of like floating in the air, waiting for you guys to approach. As you guys get closer, you can see that there's a bunch of them, and scattered in between all the harpies are also some eagles who are flying in, and it seems like they're working together with the harpies.
Okay,
No, that's about it. You guys are basically imminently about to engage with these creatures.
What is my position in the caravan?
I don't know. What is your position in the caravan, Harvey? Where would you have tried to position yourself?
At the front.
You want to be at the front?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense, especially since you had the most experience with Pegasus riding, and you were very gung-ho showing your weapon off. And so Jian Yu would have been very stoked to have you in the front.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in the front, so the eagles are like blocking our path, right?
Let's see. It's a combination of both. It's harpies and eagles. They're intermingling. They're flying betwixt each other.
Okay, cool. I think I'm just gonna get to the front of my Pegasus. Actually, can I roll to pull out my burning brand?
Yes, absolutely.
That feels scarier than my regular weapon. 11.
Solid. Let's see. So that means you successfully conjure it, right? And you get basically 3 uses of it, right?
And okay, I don't think you fully copied it over, but I'm pretty sure I get 3 additional. 2 or 3 additional tags on an 11.
You
not
do.
just one.
Yes.
Do you remember what it was exactly? 2 or 3?
It was, let me just pull it up real quick. I have it right here. Come on, buddy.
I looked up a Harpy because I couldn't remember what they were. They're pretty gross.
A harpy?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
a weird amount of artists have also like sexualized them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. You get to
They
choose
were like,
two tags.
woman?
2. Cool. Okay, so gonna remove dangerous. And then we're gonna go with actually we're gonna make this a thrown weapon.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so instead of a handle popping out, it's just gonna be the chain and the ball. And I'm just gonna kind of hold it in one hand and chuck it in front of me while holding the chain with the other hand.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool. That's super cool. Okay, awesome. So you go ahead and conjure your weapon. Do you want to, since you're here, do you want to make an attack?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Uh,
hack and slash, right?
Yeah. What do you want to attack? Are you attacking a
Well,
harpy or are you attacking an eagle or
I think I'm gonna go for eagle.
Okay, you're gonna go for an eagle.
Mhm.
Okay, excellent. And then you just rolled an 8, so that's a partial success. Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll
Wait,
your
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So this is like a semi-flail, right?
Oh, you threw it, right?
Yeah.
I think when you
So
throw
would that be my
something,
strength or my dex?
well, I think when you throw something you roll volley.
Oh, all right. Let me roll volley instead.
Oh,
13.
even better. Okay, excellent. So when you volley, it says it right there, I think. Yeah. I think everything goes exactly as planned. You take aim at an eagle. Well, you can describe how it looks. Go ahead and deal your damage, and I'll tell you how that goes.
Ooh, 4.
Okay, excellent. This eagle, he looks real bad. He, you, I don't know how he doesn't go down. He's not dead. Um, but he's not looking good after you hit him. Do you want to describe how that looks?
Yeah, so I like burning embers start to kind of come out of Harvey's hands, clasps them together, and you see one hand holding a ball and just kind of pull a chain that looks like it's connected to the other hand. He pulls it out, and as it finishes, he just kind of grabs it and throws it with his right hand while pulling it across with his left. Hits the eagle and just kind of brings it back to him. And the eagle just kind of
Yeah, you see the eagle kind of like ding off and like it falls for a second and it looks like it's just gonna keep falling, but then you see it kind of right itself and it like catches itself and you see it kind of like flutter slowly back up, but you can see some blood kind of dripping from it as it tries to
and there's just like a handful of smoldering feathers kind of falling off.
kind of trailing off. Yeah, exactly. And when you do that and you summon your weapon, you kind of see in like a weird way, there's like a wave of people or a wave of the harpies and the eagles kind of like almost like back off from you and kind of like adjust their positioning almost as if they're trying to avoid you. But we'll come back to you. What is everyone else doing?
God.
How many do we have like a general is the number of enemies countable or is it like just like a massive swarm?
It would be countable if you weren't in this stressful position. There are like a lot of if you're trying to count both harpies and eagles, it's really hard because they're moving around, right? It's hard to keep track of so many moving enemies.
Yeah.
And there's enough. Yeah. Go ahead.
To rephrase, in the narrative, if I were to describe a scene, would it make more sense for me to try to describe a scene in which I'm like firing mindlessly into a crowd of these like harpies, like they're just like this unstoppable wave, or would it make more sense for me to like zone in on like a big one
It would
and be
make.
like, this is the one I'm shooting?
I think it would make more sense to focus on one at a time. I think there are enough to like be messing around with everyone, but not enough where like if you're just like kind of mindlessly like shooting your crossbow that you'll be effective.
Then I have my I have I have like a little I have like my belt loop like forward so that I can like cinch myself onto the handle on the front of the saddle so that like I can ride it hands free. And then um I'm gonna try casting a spell for the first time.
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna I'm using the cleric cast spell. So that's wisdom, right? Yeah.
Yes.
No. No, I said no because that's a 5 total.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is a 5 total. That's
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's a fail. What spell? What spell were you trying to cast?
I was trying to cast magic weapon using my my new connection to this death deity.
Cool. So I think. Okay, I think what happens is you. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So what happens is you start to cast the spell, but you are interrupted. Um, there were some harpies. There was like a main contingent of harpies, like kind of like directly in front of you, but there was a second
Mhm.
layer of harpies kind of above the caravan, um, and one of them swooped down and attacked you, and they're gonna deal some damage to you. Um,
Okay.
yeah, the
Hold
harpy
up.
is. Oh yeah.
Sorry. I would like to use my move, Divine Intervention.
Ooh,
When you
okay.
commune, you get one hold and lose any. Spend that hold when you or an ally takes damage to calm your deity. They intervene and negate the damage.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. That sounds awesome. So go ahead and do that. Well, we can say this is happening like simultaneously. Like you kind of like see this, and you're reacting really quickly to this.
I don't believe that's something I need to roll for. I think I can just do it by spending that hold.
Oh, how do you get the hold? Oh, when you commune.
It's when you commune. Yeah.
Okay, and you communed. How many hold do you get when you commune?
I guess briefly, just as an aside, I don't think I explicitly said I communed. So if you want to roll to say that, I don't get that. I think it's just
No, no, that's fine. I assumed that not assume, but like I feel like you would have definitely had time to do that before you set out. You know, and even like in the morning of this day, you would have had time to do this.
Yeah, I just need to like make sure to actually bring that up. But yes, I just get one hold at a time, so I don't get this move again until I commune again. So
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
just mark
Uh,
that down.
Okay, cool. So you use divine intervention, and that prevents. That's going to prevent any damage being dealt, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it says specifically they intervene with an appropriate manifestation, a sudden gust of wind, a lucky slip, a burst of light.
Okay. What do you think that looks like as this god of death uses his divine powers to protect Betty?
So it was a harpy that was attacking her, right?
It was.
Okay, and is the harpy kind of like swiping out with like a talon or something?
Yeah, it was kind of coming down with its feet talons. It was like meh. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think as the harpy is kind of like swooping down, if I think probably Betty would be the only one who can see this, but I think the harpy's kind of like its legs start to wither, like it is aging fast.
Oh.
and
Oh.
it kind of like loses like it's sort of like misses a beat of its wings and drops, and it's not dead, but it's kind of lost its chance to attack.
Oh, that's okay. That's so cool. Okay,
Dang.
that's amazing. Okay, so this harpy swoops down, interrupts Betty during her spell casting. Folly looks over, sees this happening, and in a split second, calls on their god. And this god comes in, causes this harpy's legs to wither, uh, and cause it to like just feel that sense of mortality, and like not even feel it, but like it's actually happening to it, and it misses its attack to like deal its damage, and it just like whiffs as it like falls by Betty, who was still distracted by this like harpy that was about to attack her, uh, but the harpy wasn't able to deal
Can
its
I?
damage.
Can I? When I see the feet withering, can I try to cut its feet off?
Oh my gosh, why? Why are you guys always cutting body parts off of creatures? Why?
We all watched Star Wars as kids.
I think for now I'm gonna say no. I think this all happened really
Okay.
quickly, and
Okay.
because you were in the midst of casting a spell. But if you did want to
Okay.
find that harpy again and pursue that,
Oh,
that's definitely another topic. But that just happens. Danny, what are you doing? There are now harpies surrounding this whole caravan. They're coming from the top. They're now swooping up from the bottom. They're in front of you. They're behind you. You're all together. It's total chaos.
I would like to call on the spirits of air to push them away.
Oh, okay. That's super cool. Let me just see. That's a move that you have, right?
Yes, elemental mastery. It's my newest one. I haven't got to use it yet.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna ask you to. I think there are too many to like do everyone, right? Like this caravan that you're traveling with is like there's a lot of Pegasus riders with you who are carrying a lot of things, and there are a lot of harpies and eagles. So if you wanted to do something specific,
Yes.
or like target a specific, or maybe even like protect a specific area, or specific like people, I think that would be better than just saying everyone.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I think what I want to do is clear the path in the direction we are going so that the
Ooh,
people, the rest of the caravan can speed ahead and we can handle the harpies on our own without having to worry about protecting them.
okay, that's awesome. I love that. So go ahead. You have to roll for that, right?
Yes.
Yes. So go ahead and roll for that.
A 6. Can I do my inspiration?
Yes. And for that, ooh, I don't since inspiration's kind of one of our homebrew things. There's not really
We were rolling 3d6 and taking the two highest.
yeah, we were doing it.
Oh,
So actually there is a thing, but since you did it already, because I think there's a thing for advantage on here.
oh. But that would
Um,
be like the equivalent of 4d6, yeah?
yeah. So actually, since since your damage is a d6, I think if you just click your damage, it'll just roll a single d6, and we can just use that.
Okay. Well, I just have a dice. I can just do it
Okay, that
old
works.
school.
That works too.
I have a 4 for that one.
Okay, so you rolled a 1, a 3, and a 4. So if you take the 3 and a 4, that gives you a 7.
Cool. I'll
Great.
take
So
it.
so that's a partial success, and on a partial success for elemental mastery, you get to choose one of the choices.
Okay, I'm going to choose that the effect I desire comes to pass. Yeah. Oh, that's a real devil's bargain over there.
It is a real devil's bargain. Okay, but since it is a partial success, there is going to be a downside to this. So I think you can correct me if this doesn't sound like what you were thinking. I think like a weird, almost unnatural gust of air comes in and starts to part the eagles and um the harpies, so that there's like an easier path for the caravan to move through. But I think with that gust of air, it makes it I think it makes it more difficult for like the people not traveling in this like airstream that's going down the center to kind of fly about. I think it's just gonna be kind of a soft thing, where depending on how you guys are acting, it may be more difficult to maneuver yourself as you guys fly around this environment.
Okay.
But cool. So the caravan is moving along a lot better and a lot more easily now that there is like this weird kind of airstream that's pushing this caravan and kind of moving aside these harpies and eagles. Um, I think what you see is you hear actually what you hear a really loud screech, louder than any of the other screeches that are happening, and you are all able to see a really large harpy, and she is what looks like she's directing and pointing targets that other harpies should be focusing on, and she tries to enter the airstream and is kind of like pushed out and is like you can see that she's very angry that this is all happening right now, and I think she is actually going to fly towards the caravan.
Can I try to pull my Pegasus out of formation and get right up in her face?
Are you trying to attack her, or
Yeah, I'm gonna attack her.
Okay.
Can I try to set something up for him when I see him breaking off?
Yeah, do you want to let's see, how do we want to handle this? Do you want to how about um you want to set something up with Harvey, right?
Yeah.
How about you yeah. Go ahead and fly over to Harvey and tell him what you want to do.
Well, I don't want to. I was just when I see him going towards it.
Yeah.
I'm still in the pack. Would she be surprised if she got hit right now from out of nowhere?
The harpy? Or the harpy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she would definitely be surprised if she got hit out of nowhere.
Okay, then what I want to do is I want to use called shot. There's an option for legs that leaves the victim hobbled and slow moving, but I was wondering if I could flavor that to shoot her in the wing.
Yeah, I think that sounds totally fair.
Okay, I want to do that just because if I do hit her, I have the poison that lets anyone else who hits her roll with advantage on any damage rolls.
Ooh.
So I want to try to hit her when I see that Harvey is charging her, so that if Harvey does damage, he can like hopefully one-shot her.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. Well, my dice fell in my shoe, you guys.
Oh,
So I can't see where it is.
You got some shoe dice.
I got shice.
You got some shice.
Man, fuck a duck, dude.
No.
I burn an advantage. I rolled 2 ones.
Yeah.
I
Fuck.
rolled 2 ones.
What was it? You used an advantage?
I rolled 2 ones and a 3. Can I burn another advantage?
Yeah. Go ahead. I think that's kind of like we do that, so that's fine.
Don't fuck me. Ah! Okay. I just realized I overreacted. I apologize. I realized it's the two. I realized it's the two highest, but with 4 dice, I rolled 2 1s and 2 3s.
Oh, oh,
But
wait.
I know,
Oh, but
I know, but
you
I
get
have 2 3s, so I have a +2. I don't
perfect.
do any damage. Okay, so I'm I feel like a pain in my hand from that mark where the death deity hit me, and I'm questioning what I'm doing. I feel a little bit lonely without Bleu there. I think I'm gonna take a shot, and I think the first one misses, and then I like hastily knock another one, and then I fire it, and it hits her in the wing. She is now hobbled and slow moving. And Zach, if you deal damage to her, you roll damage with advantage.
Okay.
Is it, sorry, I just want to clarify. Is it the damage roll that's with advantage or the hack and slash roll that's with advantage? Sorry.
I can
Yeah,
look it up. I
I suppose I can
believe
check too.
it is. Yeah, it says anyone dealing damage against the target rolls twice and takes the
Okay.
better result.
It's on the so it's on
Okay.
the it's on the damage roll. So if you're successful and you deal
Yeah,
damage, yeah.
yeah. It's a little poorly worded, but I believe it's referring to the damage roll.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of get rid of my burning brand because that's not what I need right now. Even though I
Okay.
have 2 uses left of it, I'm
That's
just
cool.
gonna kind of just toss it away and pull out my flail and get in real close.
Okay, cool. I think I'm just gonna flavor this because I think it would be funny. You throw away your burning brand, and I think it uh knocks out that eagle that you hit initially. You just like toss it away casually, and we just see a scene of the eagle just being smacked, and it just falls in cinders by this weapon you just tossed away. Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna pull out my flail.
Hmm.
And this is gonna be my first time, I think, using my flail since I upgraded it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see kind of like this kind of like rotting scent warping the air around it as I whip it out.
Uh-huh.
And a couple of the spikes have been replaced with just necrotic bone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe a tooth.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. Yeah, and I get in real close and I fucking swipe that bitch at her.
Hell yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll hack and slash.
Please be. Oh, that's a 3.
No. Okay.
No.
So I think what happens is the harpy smells it. The harpy smells it and oh sweet, use the XP marked. That's so cool. Um um you take a swipe at it, but she smelled it like a mile, not a mile away, but she smelled it and she saw it coming, and she even in her like hobbled state is able to like I think what happens is she basically just like stops flapping and she like free falls for a second, and it just causes your flail to kind of just whiff above her. And I think, yeah, we'll just make this we're just gonna be straightforward. She's gonna focus her attention on you and she's gonna deal some damage to you, and I think I'm just gonna roll it since it's easy for me to do so.
I didn't have any inspiration today.
Oh no. Oh
What'd
no.
you get?
She dealt 12 damage with 1 piercing.
Are you fucking me?
That is what I rolled, man. That was the worst roll possible. Yeah, so go ahead. I think your armor, because you have a bunch of armor though.
5, so it's.
So take 8 damage, I believe, because you
Oh
have,
my god.
yeah. So she gets a good attack on you. I think she she free falls for a second, does one flap with her wings, and kind of like almost like Spider-Man kicks up into you and tries to knock you off your Pegasus, and obviously isn't successful in that, but gets through a bunch of your armor and deals a bunch of damage. to you. It's looking pretty bad. The harpies attacking the merchants. Danni, what are you doing? You just cast that cool spell. It's making it easier for the caravan to push forward, but the harpies, there's just so many of them. What do you want to do?
Okay, 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 okay. Can I try to do the same thing again, but push more of them? I mean, not more than I did the last time, but push some of the ones that I didn't successfully push before.
Okay, you want to just like really create a channel for
Yes,
everyone to fly through. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for
There's just so many of them, and I'm so small.
it. That's true. Yeah, go ahead and roll that. Oh,
That's a
another
7.
partial success.
Another partial success.
Okay. So what effect do you want to have uh come into
Okay,
effect?
okay, okay. I want this time I would like to affect the current that the queen harpy is flying with and just make her fall. Just steal the current away from her. Is that possible?
Oh, okay. You're being even more okay. You're messing with the queen harpy here. Okay. Yes, you can definitely do that. But I think what's going to happen, because there needs to be a consequence to you using this. I think I think what happens is instead of it being like a really direct thing that happens, a bunch of them, a bunch of them happen. And by that I mean it definitely affects the queen harpy. You see her you see her try and flap. She's confused. She doesn't know why she can't get control of the air, this environment that she's like that's so natural to her, and she's messing around and she's kind of floundering. But at the same time, you see a bunch of other harpies and eagles doing the same thing. They can't figure out. They're falling and then they're rising rapidly. They can't keep control of their height. But it's not just happening to the harpies and the eagles. It's happening to the Pegasus riders. And
Oh, whoa.
you see some riders falling and then rising rapidly. The merchandise is randomly just being shaken, and it's just being a little bit more chaotic going on, um, and you hear your donkey kind of neigh, or I don't know what donkeys sound like, but you can kind of hear it as it gets jostled by the chaotic nature of the winds that are going through this area right now.
Donkeys brie.
They breathe.
Brie.
Breathe. Breathe. Exactly. Um,
This is why
uh,
you're not supposed to mess with Mother Nature, you guys.
it's a risk. It's a risky business, right? It did. Mother Nature did what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
um, Folly. It's getting wild. There's a lot going on. Is there
Hmm.
anything that you see that you want to like focus on?
Hmm. I guess I was thinking, I'm really annoyed because there's one specific third level spell I could have taken that would have worked out really well earlier in the scene, and I didn't. So I'm like, okay, I just have to live with that. Let me see. I think I'm gonna cast Bless either on Betty or Harvey.
Ooh, okay. That's always super
Let's see.
useful.
Okay. All right, and I got a 12 on casting the spell. So yeah, I think I'm gonna cast Bless on Betty for now. So
What does
your
Bliss
deity
do?
smiles upon a combatant of your choice. They take +1 ongoing so long as the battle continues.
They take a +1 on what?
+1 ongoing. So I
Oh,
think that's +1 to it.
I think that's okay. Yeah, that's +1 on a lot of things. Okay, that's amazing. That's actually, oh, okay, that's super cool. Okay, um, What does that look like, Folly, and then what does that feel like, Betty?
I think Folly is I think the Pegasus of Folly House has kind of been getting like knocked around a bit by the winds that Danni has been summoning, and at one point Folly kind of gets tossed close, like a little bit closer to where Betty is. Yeah, I think Folly is kind of trying to phrase this in a way that doesn't sound super corny.
I mean,
I think Folly is. It's
so
yeah. I think Folly like locks eyes with Betty for a moment, and the same hand that like Betty has, that mark on, they kind of like hold hold that hand up, kind of like against their face, kind of like stay strong or whatever.
very cool. Okay, so Folly casts that spell, and a wave of divine energy passes through you, Betty. You feel invigorated. What do you want to do? You see that everyone's kind of having a tough time flying. The caravan though is moving along. It looks like that almost if you guys can just like hold out for a little bit longer, you'll be through the worst of it. But you're still not out of the weeds yet.
Can I fly normally still?
Yes,
Or
the
no?
that weird that strange seemingly random air current has not hit you yet.
Okay. So I hobbled the creature. So there's like an arrow in the large harpy's like wing bone.
Yeah. Let's see. How is that how you were picturing it? Like basically an arrow stuck into its wing, and basically it just can't like it struggles to flap its wing essentially.
Yeah, well, because I'm wondering if I can do, instead of attacking it, I'm wondering if I can do a defy danger roll to like ride my Pegasus towards it and like grab the arrow as I'm flying by and like torque it to like break the wing the rest of the way so it just falls out of the sky instead of having to like finish it off, just like knock it out of the fight.
I don't
Or does
know.
it need to be a damage thing?
I think it's going to need to be a damage thing. I don't know if what you want to do will have that effect per se of it like just if you can just hit it right, it'll just fall out of the sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm just gonna charge towards it and do a hack and slash.
Ooh, hell yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll that with make sure to take your +1 from your bless.
Yeah. So that's an 8.
Okay, cool. With what weapon were you attacking?
So I have a, well, real quick, I you said there was I don't want to mess up any canon that you had planned.
Yeah.
So I don't, but it sounded like there were like a bunch of death gods.
Yes, there are a few death gods. Several death gods.
Because I think when you asked me what it feels like when the bless is cast on me, I think I like look over Folly's shoulder and there's kind of like a figure standing there dressed kind of all in black. I think they kind of look like, you know, that painting, like I think it's called like the Merchant of Venice.
Yeah.
Is what I think it's called. So I think they kind of look like that, but there's no face where the face should be. And then I think I said that there was like a little skull pattern on my hand that looked like eye holes and nose holes, and I think I could see like little teeth markings peeking out from under my gloves. So yeah, I feel like compelled to do something to bring this creature to death with this hand. I have like a strap on my crossbow. I'm gonna sling it to the side, I have my rapier and my shiv, and I'm gonna fly towards it and then kind of lean over the side and do like an upward thing and try to bring its wing off.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool. Yeah, so go ahead and roll your damage. Oh, wait. You
Okay, so
rolled
I'm rolling with
a hack and slash, right? No, with an 8. Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, so that's 6 damage.
That's 6 damage. Okay. Let me just record that real quick. Okay. So on since you got an 8, the harpy is gonna do damage to you in return. So as you go in for that kind of like double swipe with your rapier
Mm-hmm.
and your shiv, the harpy is gonna kind of like turn to you and kind of kick out its legs and kind of slash at you, and it's gonna do oof. It's gonna do 9 damage to you with 1 piercing. So make sure to mark that on your sheet. But you definitely wounded it. Its wing looks real bad. It's hobbling. You can see it's struggling to like just even stay afloat. And then on top of that, it's the air current is not acting like it normally does, and it's almost like spinning, and it sometimes turns away. It sometimes is facing you. Sometimes it's higher. It's all over the place.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because it's like more or less back to me, right?
Yes, I was gonna hop back to you.
How big is it exactly?
Ooh, that's a good question. So I was thinking a harpy, like a kind of like all the other harpies were about human sized,
Uh-huh.
but I think the queen harpy is larger than that.
Like,
So I was gonna say I want to. My gut instinct was to say like 8 feet. Like she's like 8 feet, and then like she's got crazy wings, right? So she's got a bunch of feathers, and then so she's about like 8 feet if she was like standing on the ground. But it looks kind of like a little bit crazy because of her wingspan. Her wingspan's
uh-huh.
maybe a little bit longer because the feathers kind of like floop out a little bit.
Okay, and you said she's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah, she's definitely a bit fucked up.
Can I jump from my Pegasus and throw my flail out and have the momentum wrap around her neck and just let it drag us down as I strangle her on the way down under my own weight?
Fuck. That that is wild. Um, yes, you can definitely do that. It's gonna be a defy danger. It's gonna be a defy danger and then a hack and slash. Because what you're doing is wild.
So I got a 12 on the Defy Danger.
Okay, excellent. So you're free to do what you're doing. It's crazy.
Yeah,
You leap off your Pegasus, and you go and make your attack.
yeah, and I
Um,
got a 7 on the Hack and Slash.
and then you got a 7 on the hack and slash. So you are gonna deal your damage, and I think since the harpy's poisoned, you get to deal advantage on your damage, but the harpy's gonna deal damage back to you.
Fantastic. So that's a 6, but
Oh,
also I
excellent.
get to roll a d4 and subtract that from her damage.
Oh shit! Because you fucking poisoned it with your fucking flail, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, and you rolled your damage with advantage, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Nice.
And then so it's gonna roll. Oops. Yeah, it's gonna roll its damage, but I'm gonna minus it.
So that's -4.
But we're gonna minus a D4 from that.
And that's ongoing, I believe.
Yes, once she's poisoned, that will be what happens anytime she attacks. So let me. How do I roll a D4? Do you think?
No, I just rolled it.
Oh, you rolled it. Okay, great.
I got a 4.
Okay, perfect. So she's gonna deal 6 damage to you
She's gonna deal 1 damage.
with 1 piercing though.
So 2 damage.
2 damage, right? That's Yeah, that's 2 damage. She deals 6
Yeah,
damage.
whatever.
Yeah, she'll deal 2 damage to you.
Yeah, but my chain is wrapped around her neck and I'm dragging her to the earth, right?
Yeah. So I think what's happening is you have it wrapped around her neck, and it's dealed and poisoned her. She's feeling real bad, um, but she is still flapping her wings. So you guys are not like plummeting to the earth, as she's like kind of like trying to sustain flight, for the both of you essentially. Um,
Hmm.
so you were you imagining that you were dangling from your weapon, or were you like on
Yeah.
her? Okay,
No, I'm dangling from my weapon.
okay, uh, okay, cool. That's dope.
Yeah, so
I
all my weight is wrapped around her neck.
that is okay. That's crazy. I think that's that. I think that's perfect. I think you found the perfect scene for us to end on. Um, we're gonna pause right here. The final shot is Harvey jumping off of his Pegasus with his flail, flinging it, wrapping it around this Queen Harpy's neck, and trying to drag her down. This flail punches into her skin. It's poisoning her. There's a poison arrow stuck in her wing, which is bleeding extra because of Betty's attack, and you all are probably staring at this scene, like how is this Harpy still even flying at all? But somehow she's managing it, even with this crazy air current that's now like all around everyone, that's kind of messing everyone up. Um, you all are like still, you all are in the thick of it. Um, there is like a light at the end of the tunnel, but it doesn't feel like you're there at all. And I think that's where we're gonna pause for tonight.
All right.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and do our end of session stuff. Let's see, end of session. We'll start with the easy stuff. Does anyone feel like any of your bonds have been resolved?
Oh yeah, I think I said last session I was thinking about resolving my bond with Betty and replacing it with a new one.
Yes.
And I think, yeah, my previous bond with her is my previous bond. Betty has a connection to a divine power beyond my own. I must learn from her, and I wanted to change that to Betty and I have been called to the same purpose. We must trust one another.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
So go ahead and mark XP for that resolved bond. Does anyone else have any bonds that they would like to resolve?
I don't think so.
Not this week.
Okay,
Right
that
now.
that's fair. No problem. And then, what is everyone's alignment? Let's go through everyone's alignment real quick. We're just gonna go through everyone on my screen in order. Harvey, what is your alignment?
Neutral, defeat a worthy foe.
You
On the
are
brink, but
you're
not yet.
you're working on it. You're working on it. But I don't think this session was the one.
Yeah.
You're this close. You're very
So
close.
sad.
So
So
close.
sad.
I know. Okay.
Well, you killed the giant eagle.
He was that a worthy foe though?
Probably
Well,
not.
since you kind of just gave it to him, I guess no.
No, I'm gonna say no. That the eagle wasn't. The eagles, not gonna lie, they're kind of just normal eagles. So
Oh.
um so no, I won't give you the XP this time around. Folly, what is your alignment?
Yeah, alignment is lawful. Apply the League's code of conduct even when inappropriate or impractical. I don't really think that came up this session, unless me trying to force Danny to let me pay for the maps counted. But that wasn't really plot
That
important.
no, that seemed kind of personal. I don't think it super came up this session. So
Okay.
yeah, and then
Do we know
Betty.
what the League's code of conduct is?
Eh,
Uh, it's kind of nebulous, right? Like,
it's
what would an apothecary guild's code of ethic be? You know?
Yeah.
Don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
Definitely on there.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Well,
And Folly has refrained from doing so far. So
wow, I
that's
should be getting XP every session.
Betty, what's your alignment?
Stuck to or enforce a contract.
Ooh, stuck to.
Yes.
You are currently sticking to a contract. I don't know how. I don't think I want to give it to you yet. I think you are in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're in the progress of doing so. But I don't think the past tense of it has happened.
Yeah, I'm in hot pursuit.
Yeah. I think everyone's going to earn a bunch of XP next session. If everything, goes well. Danny, what is your alignment?
So it's chaotic, and it's disregard social norms and make someone deeply uncomfortable.
I want to give you the point for that. You did make Koa uncomfortable. And I think you also made, I don't know if I gave him a name, but you definitely made the Pegasus worker uncomfortable by touching.
Lovely.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to give you the point for that one.
And you made us uncomfortable when you named your donkey Squirts.
You did.
I will be referring to your donkey as Hershey from this point on. Just so everybody knows.
That's kind of better, but also I don't know if that's better. Let's see. Okay, so that was everyone's alignment, and then we have these questions. Did you learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, there's big ass harpies.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to you. I think you guys kind of are exploring. I didn't know that we were gonna get into this in this like adventure or campaign at all, but you guys are kind of like learning about this fucking world's legal system, and you also kind of learned about the Dragon City's like pattern or route that they take, and also I don't know. I feel like you guys did like a lot of exploring. You learned about the Pegasus caravan, and you learned about the harpies and whatnot.
We learned what Paps is. We learned that Pegasus not magical. They're just animals.
Could some
beautiful,
of the
majestic animals.
I think I missed this. What does PAPS stand for?
Pegasus
Appreciation pals.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pegasus.
I've been a card holding member
PAP?
10 plus years.
And yeah,
Because S doesn't appear in the acronym.
No, if you are in the club, you're a PAP, but plural, they're the Paps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Pap, you're a Pap, we're all Paps.
Listen, I was this close to calling us the pap schmears, and I stopped. And you're welcome to that.
Oh my god, so good. This is all great. I love it all so much. Did you overcome a notable monster or enemy? I think again
Not
you guys
yet.
are in the process of doing so, but you haven't hit there yet. And then, did you loot any memorable treasure?
No, not yet.
I don't think so. Not yet. Okay. And then we don't have any other XP triggers at this point, right? Other than failing rolls, which I think Jacob, you did you mark all of yours? Because you not to call you out, but you didn't do so great this session.
I only had one failure. I was rolling poorly, but I had that one and I used inspiration. So yeah, I was marking the full failures.
Okay, perfect. And then that just leaves our inspiration, which I'm going to figure out how to do that, or how to apply that better in the Foundry tabletop. But we have who was our role player for today?
I feel like Alyssa did a lot of role playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm between Alyssa and Eliot.
That's what I was gonna say too.
If yeah, I don't know if my input counts, but I was also thinking I was also in there. But then maybe this will help. We want to consider who the workhorse was, because I feel like
Oh, I feel like that was Danny.
yeah, I feel like
Mhm.
Danny was kind of the workhorse for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
claws, kid. Oh, thank you.
Those wins.
Mm.
Yeah, the
Oh,
wins were
thank you.
the wins were good, but also you were like handling all of the social interactions. You talked to
Mhm.
the Charters store person, and you talked to uh, Jian Yu and the other Pegasus caravan member.
My favorite thing about establishing that I'm the best at social interactions is that I can be as awkward as I want, and that means all of you are worse.
Mm.
I'm
I
just
think you're one
so
of those people
glad
who's like,
takes me seriously.
We are worse unless Jacob, can figure out a way to describe a situation that is so obvious that Devon can't figure out a reason why the NPC would want to say no to me. Because if I can do that, then I can just
then it's okay.
move past it. Yeah.
It's kind of true. Okay, so I think Danny, take the point of inspiration for workhorse, and then we're gonna go back to role player. Did we want to give that to Eliot or
Yeah,
or to
I think
Folly?
so.
that's how I felt about it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I feel like you're doing a really good job at setting up like the potential like overarching story of like the death gods and stuff.
Yeah.
cool.
And then we have fuck it, that was cool. I know who I want to vote for, but I am open to hear what everyone else has to say.
It's Zach.
It's Zach for me as well.
Yeah.
Do a chain around its neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you all were doing really cool stuff. Like especially Danny. Like if Danny hadn't been doing other stuff, your cool wind magic was awesome. But man, as soon as Harvey was like, "I'm gonna jump off my Pegasus horse and wrap my flail around the Harpy Queen," I was like, "Well, okay."
Okay.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that's super cool, man. Uh, dang, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So that brings us to the end of our session. So next week we will hopefully, I mean, we will wrap up the Harpy situation one way or the other, and then depending on how that long that takes, we'll probably explore Amos a little bit, um, and see how that goes.
All right.
Hell
I'll see you
yeah.
guys next week then.
Awesome. Sounds good. Have a good night, you guys.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Mhm.